be honest, most of us move through the same few places every single day. We take familiar streets, pass by the same buildings, and stop at the usual stores. It's practical, it's comfortable, but over time, it makes our world feel smaller. I've lived in multiple cities across 3 different continents, and every time I moved, I noticed the same pattern. At first, everything felt huge, but within weeks, my world shrank to just a handful of places: grocery store, home, work, repeat. Sound familiar? Then one day, I had a realization. I wasn't really seeing my neighborhood. I was just moving through it on autopilot. My brain had labeled certain places as essential and ignored everything else. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't exploring. And I definitely wasn't feeling connected to my surrounding, to my environment. So I made a simple change. I walked one new street. That was it. Instead of my usual route, I took a slightly different turn. And guess what? I noticed things I had never seen before. A hidden mural, a cafe I'd pass 100 times but never entered, a tiny park just a block away from my usual path. And here's what surprised me most. That tiny change made my entire neighborhood feel bigger, my world expanded, and the more I did it, the more my brain started connecting this space to my sense of home. Now, let me tell you how you can expand your neighborhood in just a 3-step method. Step 1, take a different path. Just once a week, choose a new way to get to your usual destination. It could be one extra block, one different turn. It's just enough to shake up your mental map and engage your brain. Step 2, find a hidden gem. A street, a park, a small business, something new that you have never noticed before. The more you explore, the more personal your neighborhood feels. Step 3, engage with your surroundings. Don't just pass through, experience it. Sit on a new bench. Read a sign. Step into a store just to look around. This small act strengthens your connection to your environment. You know, let us talk about the science behind it and how exploring expands our sense of home. It's because our brains are designed for efficiency. Instead of constantly analyzing every detail, they create cognitive maps. They are mental blueprints of the places we navigate regularly. These maps help us move efficiently, but the downside, we stop noticing new things. Ever walked somewhere and suddenly thought, wait, I don't even remember getting here? That's your cognitive map at work. Your brain automates familiar routes so you don't have to think. But when we rely too much on these shortcuts, we miss out on the richness of our surroundings. You know, research shows that novelty increases dopamine, the brain chemical linked to curiosity and motivation. When we experience something new, our brains literally wake up and become more engaged. The more we interact with this space, the stronger the place attachment becomes our emotional bond with our surroundings. That's why when we explore our surroundings, it starts to feel like part of our extended home. My challenge to you, if you've been moving through the same areas without really noticing them, it's time to switch it up. So today, take a different path than usual. Then come back to this video and tell me in the comments what's one new thing you noticed that made your neighborhood feel bigger. Your world is waiting. Yalla, go outside.